The purpose is you. There's no purpose at all. The purpose in life is to become the best version of yourself.
The question for purpose in life drives people crazy, but why? When you are born and you're just walking through life, there's no obvious purpose to life, obviously. But when you start seeking truth and you start acting true, then you're on the best way towards a purpose. I don't tell you that you should create a purpose out of yourself, because I think always seeking the truth is the purpose itself. This is also what Christianity wants from us. It never says that you have the wisdom and you know everything. It says that you're seeing God like in the mirror, but you're not recognizing Jesus exactly. So you're always seeking and learning and getting to know him better more, but you're never finished. And also your actions. It's called sanctification, because as you walk with Christ, you become more like him, you become a better person, you become more virtuous. This is what I mean by saying acting true. When it comes down to a concrete purpose, what you should actually do with your life, then if you're blessed, God gave you something you can pursue, and you know that. And if not, you have to create a purpose in the work you choose. And I developed the following strategy. Stay where you are and try to do the best out of your situation. There are so many people out there trying to become something they are not. Trying to become a famous musician, trying to become a movie star, trying to pretend they're someone they're not. But the thing is, they're trying to achieve another status or another position in life, which is okay in itself. But in my opinion, you don't know what you want. You don't know which work is good for you and which work really is enjoyable for you. Yes, you have kind of a conception about it because you know parts of yourself and you know what you actually like or do not like, but you don't know how a thing is like until you have it. So, for example, you're imagining being rich might be cool, but do you actually know it? You don't know until you're finally rich. Then you will know. And it could turn out that you're not more happy, and then you kind of feel depressed because all of your life you thought being rich would make you happy, which actually didn't. And same goes with goals or pursuing a purpose in life. It might be that you think becoming a lawyer is your dream, and it might be a dream, but could be that once you become a lawyer, you finally realize that it's not actually what you enjoy doing. So we can say you don't know what you want, I don't know what I want either. We just have emotions and they come and go, and they can even change while doing a thing. For example, if you're in a relationship for a couple of years, your emotions change. After 4 years, the emotions are not the same anymore as they were in the first dates you had with your partner. You should try to cultivate a good position just where you are. For example, let's say you're studying something right now and you're thinking about, oh, is this the right thing? Should I do something else? Then I think you should just go into that work. And when you're there, try to figure out how you can make the work more enjoyable for you. For example, you're a doctor and you kind of think, oh, I do not enjoy working those big shifts. Try to find a way not to work 12-hour shifts, for example. Try to fill the position where you are so you like it and so God likes it, what you're doing. Because I experienced that having purpose is way more important than having good emotions. Because if you have a true purpose and you give reason to the thing you do, then it's so much more enjoyable, even if you're going through pain, rather than you're just pursuing a good feeling, which by definition cannot last because feelings are not permanent. And there's this thing we as modern people hate, but commitment is also a very important thing, because if you start doing a thing, you can only develop purpose if you stick to this thing. That means you cannot find purpose while hopping from one activity to another and always trying to do new things because you lost interest in them or your emotions went bad while doing them. There are so many situations where you just have bad emotions, but you decide to stick to a thing and go further and invest further, and suddenly your emotions change and the thing becomes more pleasant because you decided to stick to it. Of course, it's a narrative you tell yourself, because when you're doing a thing, you can always tell different stories about what you do or about your identity. You can say, it's not mattering what I do, I'm just one of a million, what can I do in this world? Or you can choose to tell another narrative saying, what I do matters. I try to serve people. I try to represent God on this earth. I try to do good things. I try to do a good work and representing Him in my work. And it does not matter what you do. Even if you clean toilets somewhere, you can make it purposeful because you're responsible that people have a nice experience while going to the toilet, while going shopping, for example. And I know this is a bit idealistic saying this, but it's actually the truth. You can make every single work purposeful or even not. And if you just saved one person or you just made the life of one person better, then it actually was worth it. Of course, in the best case, if you can choose, pick a work that's purposeful, like working with children, investing in the future, saving the environment, telling people about Jesus Christ, saving their eternal lives. But in the end, every work that contributes to society, if it's building roads, if it's building buildings, if it's taking the cash from people at the supermarket, every work that contributes to society is purposeful. So most people that had a great influence on life actually did not have a purpose, but they decided to contribute to society and they decided to stick to one thing, and by this they gave themselves and the world a purpose. But that does not mean you should say you're the purpose or something, but the purpose is always something higher, always a greater cause.